Today's recipe is to honor someone who is near and dear to my heart. When I asked her what was her favorite cookie, she told me oatmeal, chocolate chips, and walnuts. The only catch is she has to eat gluten-free. So I decided to create her very own special cookie that includes brown butter for extra flavor. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Coming up next. Hi, I'm Diet, and welcome to Turtles Tasty Treats, where we make baking from scratch easy. Today, I'm really excited to share with you my gluten-free oatmeal chocolate chip with walnuts recipe. Now, this recipe includes a kick of flavor. I create this kick by using brown butter. Brown butter adds a nice nutty taste to your recipe. It's created by browning off your butter by cooking it in a pan. The melt ducts will separate and roast. Your overall butter will begin to turn a nice golden brown color. And then you've got brown butter. The ingredients that you will need are 1.5 cups of brown butter, 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, 3/4 cups of brown sugar, 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 cups of gluten-free flour, 2 cups of gluten-free oats, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 cups of milk chocolate chips, and 1 cup of chopped walnuts. To mix my ingredients, I'll be using my KitchenAid stand mixer fixed with my paddle attachment, a large bowl, a whisk, and my spatula. Now, I'm ready to preheat my oven to 375 degrees. To get started, we're going to put our brown butter into our bowl. Now I'm ready to add my granulated sugar to my bowl. And let's mix it up. Now we're going to add our brown sugar. And let's mix it up. Now we're ready to add the eggs to our cookie dough. I always like to crack my eggs into a separate bowl. That way, if there's a bad egg or a shell falls in, it doesn't mess up my cookie dough. So I'm going to add 1 egg into my cookie dough, and I'm going to fully incorporate that egg into the dough. Let's mix it up. Egg number 2. Now for just the egg yolk. I'm going to crack open my egg. I'm going to let the egg white fall into my bowl. Then I'm going to move my egg yolk back and forth in the shell. Once I do this, and I have just the egg yolk, I'm going to place it into my separate bowl. Taking my bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add just the egg yolk to my cookie dough batter, and I'm ready to mix it up. Next, we're going to add the vanilla to the cookie dough. And let's mix it up. Taking my spatula, I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of my bowl. I want to make sure that all of the ingredients are fully incorporated well together. I'm going to get the bottom of the bowl as well. Now it's time to add our salt, our baking soda, our baking powder, and our cinnamon to our flour. Taking my whisk, I'm ready to mix it up. Now we're ready to mix in our flour to our cookie dough. And we're going to do this a little at a time, mixing it up in between each time that we add the flour in. go ahead and take my spatula again and make sure all of the ingredients are well incorporated together. The smell of the brown butter is coming through. I know it's going to taste nice and yummy. Let's mix it up. Now for the star of the show, the oats. Let's mix it up. It's time to scrape down the sides of my bowl one last time. Let's mix it up. Now I'm going to remove all of the cookie dough off my paddle. Now I'm ready to fold in the chocolate. Now before I add the walnuts in, I'm going to take my ice cream scoop and I'm going to take out 1 scoop for me because I'm allergic to nuts. Now we're ready to add the walnuts in. Taking my ice cream scoop, I'm going to scoop out my cookie dough onto my parchment lined baking sheet about 2 inches apart. So that my cookies remain flat while they bake in the oven, I'm going to take my thumb and place it on top of each cookie dough ball. So my cookies do not spread while they bake in the oven, I'm going to chill my cookies for 20 minutes. Now that my cookies have chilled in the refrigerator, I'm ready to bake them off for 9 minutes. Now that my cookies are out of the oven, I'm going to let them cool on the baking tray for 5 minutes. Now that our cookies have cooled on the baking tray, I'm ready to move them to my cooling rack where they'll cool down completely. And now it's time to taste our tasty treat. And remember, my cookie does not have walnuts because I'm allergic to nuts. Ooey gooey goodness. I see you in the next one, and subscribe for more.